You now tune into another segment of Incarceration to Incorporation, where we help those that have gone down the incarceration pathway and is now home doing something positive in the community, or is an entrepreneur trying to further their entrepreneurship, whether it's in programs or just financial stability. I got my co-host as usual with me today. That's Julius Hall. Julius Hall is the CEO, is the founder and CEO of All Things Relevant Media, which is responsible for us having this platform today. Then we have a few special guests that's coming on also. We're gonna talk about prison reform. We're gonna talk about a lot of things that we need to talk about, that we need to know about, that the presidents are doing, whether it's Joe Biden or President Trump or whatever. We're gonna talk about everything that got to do with the prison system. You know, I know the guests got a lot of stuff that they want to talk about. So once we bring them on, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna chop it up, and hopefully the viewing audience, they got questions, and we're gonna answer as many questions as we could. Julius Hall, you have anything you want to tell the people, being that you the co-host and you the founder and the CEO of All Things Relevant Media, you want to explain to them what that's all about? Your mic muted.
I don't know why. All Things Relevant Media is a media company. It's a social media company that I started with a few of my friends. And what we're trying to do is produce the Black content, to give the Black narrative from our perspective to us. And we have a bunch of programs that we have throughout the week, all 7 days. We got something on all 7 days. What we're trying to do is have it on every channel, everywhere.
Right.
We stream live to Facebook, YouTube, and I believe Instagram, if I'm not mistaken. So that's what we're doing at All Things Relevant Media. I have another company, which is All Things Relevant Consulting, and I do political and business marketing, as you can see the political side behind me. And that's what All Things Relevant is. Hey, Geo.
Hey, what's going on?
I would just Joyce was just telling everybody what it is that he do with All Things Relevant Media, and I just explained to everybody. I don't know if you heard it, Shameka, what Incarceration to Incorporation is all about. Incarceration to Incorporation. Incarceration to Incorporation is a platform that I put together, basically to help those that are coming home from being incarcerated, help them back into, get into entrepreneurship programs and stuff like that, and just helping them get back out into society, transition. It's a transitional period once we come home. So that's what Incarceration to Incorporation is all about. And I brought you all on to tell your story, to explain to the people how you tie in with this whole prison reform situation. I know, Shameka, this is something that is dear to you, because I know you haven't been incarcerated, but I know that you're going through the same process that we all are going through, being that you are a support team to the ones that are incarcerated, that So I brought you on this so you can tell your story, how you tie in with this whole prison situation. So you want to let everybody know who you are and what you do and how you tie in with this whole incarceration reform transition and thing.
Absolutely. Like you said, as you guys can see, I am Shameka Alston, and I am the co-CEO of Fly Life Entertainment. And Fly Life Entertainment was birthed through Raymond Owens Rico. They call him Rico. He is currently incarcerated in the federal system. We connected on Facebook, and he He saw that I've owned a lot of businesses. I have a business background. I do hold a business degree. And he came to me and he was like, I'm currently incarcerated. He kept it 100. He said, I'm currently incarcerated. He said, this is what I want to do. This is, and I said, well, write me a business plan. He sent me a business plan, and it was a great business plan. He has a lot of things that he wants to put under Fly Life Entertainment. Not only is it's an entertainment, he also has a nonprofit organization that's tied into it as well to help the young men with that's in gangs, because this is something that he has in his background as well. So being a ex-gang member and then being incarcerated, he wants to get back out here in the community so that the men and women won't fall into the same traps or the same lifestyle that he did, because he pretty much grew up in the system. So when he brought the business idea to me, it was a very good business idea. And I mean, he had his stuff together. So, of course he had time to think things through. So I said, I don't mind helping you, as being a Black woman, seeing a lot of our brothers that's behind the wall, it's hard. It's hard on us as well, because, this affects us. When you locked up, your whole family is locked up.
Right.
There's another brother that's taken away from society. So I said, when he get out here, nobody gonna try to get him a job. So I was like, what, this is a good way for him to get back out here into society and not have to go back into the streets and sell drugs, or go back into go back into that lifestyle. We can turn into a businessman so that he can come out here and do something and live his life and provide for his family. So that's why I decided to step in and try to bring Fly Life into fruition out while he's incarcerated and while I'm out here.
Right. That's one of the things that we talked about in the last segment, was about having a support system. You have to have a support team while you're on the inside. A lot of people don't have that support, and they're gonna need that support while they're in. You know what I mean? So that's just a stepping stone for when they come home, they already have that support system in place.
And that's a good thing, because I wish everybody had somebody like Shameka.
Oh yeah,
that was out there holding it down for them and be ready to roll once they hit the street. That's an awesome thing. An awesome thing. I applaud you. That you're doing an awesome thing.
Right.
How can people get in touch with you? What city are you out of? Huh? You think your mic is crackling?
Yeah, she on a delay also.
Okay. Yeah, your mic is crackling. Put it in the comments if you can. Yeah, I hear you now. Your mic is crackling like it's something.
Can you hear me
Nah, that's it. Oh no, it went back to crackling.
I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah, I don't know what it is either. Sometimes it's.
Guys. Let's see.
Oh, don't worry, you get it right. We got an hour show. We got an hour show, so
All right, is that better?
Yeah, we'll get it right. We can go over to Geo.
What's going on, my guys? How everybody doing?
All right. I see you big business, man.
Hey, I'm trying to give these people a different look what re-entry look like, as you all doing the same thing.
Yes, sir. When you're in there and you meet certain people, that from just talking to them, that when they get acclimated back into society, that they weren't going to ever be back in there, and that they would be productive citizens once they were released. Right. Because like I tell everybody, you can't hold us down. Only we can hold ourselves down. You can't hold us back. We can hold ourselves back.
Absolutely.
And I tell people all the time, a friend told me, Julius, don't worry about anything that anybody says about you because your debt is paid. And
Right.
she said, once paid, a debt is no longer a debt.
Right.
So, and we have to live like that. We can't live with nobody thinking that they have control over our lives. And we just
Absolutely.
have to keep moving forward. AB, he moving. He working a job and running the company. His own
Man, no
promotion
moving.
company,
No
his
moving.
own radio. I see you over there. You going to soup as an executive every day. It's great, that we're doing things that are positive, so we can be that role model for these kids and these young men looking at us and
Yeah.
seeing what we're doing.
Right. Right. And I
Geo,
think
let everybody know what it is that you're doing, all the programs and the stuff that you got going on out there where you at.
all right. So for everybody who don't know, my name is George Oliver. Everybody call me Geo. From the Atlanta area. I spent roughly almost 14 years in the federal prison system, where I met these wonderful guys at. And since my arrival home, I entered the academic arena first. Worked on different type of certifications. When gained my associate degree, 8 more classes away from getting my bachelor degree, so I could push farther to go to law school. I became a mentor with the U.S. Attorney's Office, the same office that convicted me, offered me a speaking engagement job once I came on, a paying speaking engagement job. So I've been instrumental working with them. Also, I became a credible messenger through them. And through the process of doing all that, me and my co-founder, which is Carsten Princeton, who was on the show last weekend, we formed our own nonprofit organization called Jump Forward Incorporated, where we help mentor to the youth and we help those returning citizens try to find jobs, skills that they're going to need to help them gain employment and be successful, so that we can get rid of that 7-to-3 ratio of returning back to prison versus staying home from prison. So I'm also work along with a Fitness Alumni Association as a mentor with them. Also with Freedom is a Choice, mentoring with the youth in the DeKalb County, Clayton County, Fulton County, and just being able to work full time. I actually work for the federal system, so my thing is just entrepreneur to as well. Also doing some housing, remodeling houses, trying to put that out there so I can have another source of income coming in. So I keep my plate full. And a full-time parent, full-time husband. I just stay busy, man. My main thing is reentry. Whenever I'm out and whatever I'm doing, I'm always speaking how highly that people are that been in prison want to have these effective jobs, want to have these careers, want to have these opportunities to open up their own companies, so that they don't want to go back to prison. Because I have never met the whole 14 years I was incarcerated. I've never met anyone who said that, who woke up that morning and said they want to stay in prison. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or even on this side, I never met anyone who said, man, I want to go to prison. Everybody always said, I want to make money. I want to be able to do some things. I want to be able to take care of my family. I want to be able to take care of myself. So I'm also on the advisory board for the City of South Fulton Parks and Recreation Department. So I try to keep my hands a little bit. Everything's going on, following this political arena, what's going on to keep people involved and instrumental and voting. I mean, everybody go out there and vote. If you have not voted, vote like your life depends on it, as it really does. So those are the things I'm into right now. And I think, like she was saying, and like Dree was saying, that it's very important that people come home from prison have that support system. Without that support system, it's very hard for someone that come home out of prison, especially if they've been there for so long, even 30 days. Because when you got that felony conviction on your background, man, people look at you different. So I was very fortunate to come home and have a support system, have family and friends who was there for me and helped me and guided me in the right direction. And people who I did not even know reached out to me and pulled me up like, hey, we got you. We see what you're doing. I even called Julius a couple months ago with an idea that was placed in my head about, we'll speak about that later, Julius, but I'm still not indecisive if I'm ever going to do what you spoke about. But, it's always in the future. We never can say what God got intended for us. So, I try to do a little bit of everything, and
you're doing a
whole
little bit, a whole lot of something,
I am, and I also got to put this out there too, man. I've been helping a lot of the brothers who's been inside with us, with their supervised release termination. Because when I was inside, I gained my paralegal diploma before I met you guys. So I try to help out some guys with just the knowledge I have, help them get their supervised release terminated. Because mine was terminated after 1 year. So, yeah.
Yeah, and what you said earlier, you said it's a 7.3 recidivism rate.
But yeah, they were saying that out of 10 people, that 7 was gonna return to prison, and I think that we can change that. You know what I'm saying? Instead of 7 going back to prison, let's get those numbers different. Let's flip those numbers.
Yeah, I don't think that number is correct.
Say that again.
I don't think that number is correct.
It's not. Well, the number may be old because it's a number that. Yeah. The number may be old, but I know one time they were saying that out of 10 people, that 7 returned back to prison. And you look at those numbers. So how are the numbers now?
But I think
I don't think that's updated. I don't think that's updated, but it ain't that far.
Okay, well, give us the updated number. Whatever the number is, we need to change it as long as it, from what it was to what it needs to be, where it should be.
I always have that.
And how do you suppose we change that number, Geo? What are some of the things that you,
I think that I received a text on yesterday for one of the guys that mentors the organization I mentor with, who had found an apartment opportunity for someone who returned home from prison, because we know it's hard for people to even rent an apartment or buy a house in their name, because a lot of apartments do not want to rent to convicted felons. But this guy, he was at this apartment townhouse, and because of how he was, because of things that he's done, the people was like, you know what, we would not have a problem renting housing to people who come out of prison, and a lot of people have a hard time with it. They may have a job, may not be in trouble, but they just cannot get that rent because they're convicted felon. So we try to find a situation like that for some people to stay at, or even job. I've had companies who I met who will hire convicted felons. A lot of people can't find these jobs and they get discouraging. I mean, it's easy to get discouraged because when I came home, and I'm pretty sure it happened for you all too at the same time. When I came home, I had so many people contacted me with like, hey man, you've been locked up for a minute, bro. Plug us in. You know what I'm saying? Even family members. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody don't want to see you successful, see you doing things the legal way, because they still remember the old person that you were. So they gonna still have that mindset, like, hey, bro, you've been gone for me, so let's get back to it, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I had a lot of people reach out to me on that tip. You know what I'm saying? But I've been able to find a lot of people as well who, like, hey man, we want to help. Not just you, but those other people who've been in prison that want to get these jobs. I will invest in you all. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure that a lot of dudes really want to work, man. Nobody want to be out here going back and forth to prison. I know I don't want to be out here doing it, and I'm sure y'all don't either.
But the funny thing is that I only know 2 guys that went back, and one just came home a month ago, 2 months ago, and the other one, he went back on purpose so he could get rid of his probation. He had 5 years probation, but if he went back for 4 months, he killed all his probation.
Right.
So those are only 2 people. So I guess the federal system is a little bit different. Your recidivism rate is a little lower than the state
system. The state system is high because a lot of people. I had a cousin who went in the state system. He initially had a 10-year sentence. He ended up turning that 10-year sentence to like a 25-year sentence. It's about coming as soon as he get out, he'll do something to finally get back in the system. You know what I'm saying? And he told, matter of fact, the last time I seen him, he was like, cuz, I already know how to do prison, so I don't care if I go back. Mm-hmm. That mindset that he has, you know what I'm saying? He was like, if I can't get a job, so what? He's like, I ain't really gonna even try. But like you had said too, but like you said too, Julius, that we already knew on the inside, the individual who already gonna come home and start doing the things to lead them back to prison. We already know that because of the conversation that we had with them and some of the movements that they was making. Yeah, some of them don't want to come on and work legitimately.
My good friend, Pastor Leonard Small says 64% of violent offenders, 40% of non-violent offenders have a recidivism rate, and that's federal, I guess. But that might be a federal study because I don't that high rate. I don't believe it's that high because I don't know of guys going back like that from the
The
feds,
federal
and I
system.
know a lot of guys. It's 250 of us in our group, and out of 250 of us in our group, I only know 2 that went back. Out
And
of
we know we
200,
have different. We got a different type of group too. You know, so think about that too. We have a different type of group.
right, and it matters who you be around in there,
Absolutely,
what company
absolutely,
you keep. You know,
absolutely,
yeah. So
absolutely.
'cause my good friend Pastor Smalls, you see his thing. He got released in January 1978. He's been pastoring for 37 years. He's one of the prominent people here. He owned 3 radio stations. You know, he's very influential here in Savannah. So you
Right.
know, you can't let something get you down to think that it's over. It's never
Right.
over as long as
It's
you
never
breathe.
over.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you made a very important point earlier. You know, no one. I feel that no one can stop you from doing what you want to do except for yourself. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
correct.
Right.
You know, it tells you even in the Bible that you're gonna have those days where it's gonna be rough on you. You're gonna have those temptations. You're gonna have those, you know, those moments in your life where you're like, man, you know, I just can't keep pushing. But at the same time, while you're having those moments, it's right there on you too. Like, hey, man, just keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? Just keep doing what you're doing. It's gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? And I listen more to that than anything else. I listen to that and I believe it. You know, when we was inside, and I sat there in my room, me and Mio, and we talked a lot about the things that we wanted to do. And I refused to put myself back in the situation because I didn't care I did not like how they treated me while I was in prison. I didn't like the authority they had over me, how I freely gave myself over to that system. You know, I didn't like that when they just come to those shakedowns every day and make me pull my pants down and look up under to see if I got anything inside my pants, or you know what I'm saying, or put me on the rec yard for hours at a time, the dogs running around on my bed and sniffing everything. I didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna put myself back in that type of environment no more. I didn't like the violence that was inside the prison. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna put myself around it no more. And every time I think about it, you know, I said, no, I don't want that no more in my life. You know what I'm saying? And I do know that we got comrades who's still in the system that's still going through things. You know, my co-defendant, he went on run for 15 years. And when they finally caught him, you know, he just got caught. He's been in there now probably about almost 3 years, and he's going through the things that we already went through. You know what I'm saying? And at the age that we're at now, nobody want to be around all that foolishness that's going on inside the prison.
I don't understand why people keep wanting to go back to that. That, like you just said, going through that process, transporting from here to there, and you got to do this, do that, and bend over, take your clothes off, strip. Man, I don't want to do that no more.
I don't want that, man. That's not for me. And I used to always tell our good friend Taylor, like, man, you know what? I played myself. You know what I'm saying? I was reading my trial transcript because I'm helping my cousin, which my co-defendant, try to get him some type of freedom. Best purpose. I'm reading the transcript and I'm reading everything. I was like, man, I did all this and ended up with 20-year sentence. You know what I'm saying? And had it not been for the Obama initiative that came back and helped them, was very instrumental in pushing the 2-point reduction, I wouldn't have not came home until last year. You know what I mean? But fortunately for me, because of the 2-point reduction, I got out early. You know what I mean? I've been home now 4 years. You know what I'm saying? So this come November, I've been at the halfway, have 5 years. So, you know, I'm very thankful. And I remember this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Those are things like I could still have been in prison right now. You know what I'm saying? Had I been getting in trouble while I'm running around prison or doing X, Y, and Z. But fortunately for me, and a lot of people who I was around, they're like, no, bro. You know, I remember the first day I went to prison, I surrendered in Atlanta, federal prison courthouse, and they took me down to USP Atlanta. You know, and I had been in prison 30 minutes. 30 minutes, then I already killed somebody. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh Lord. You know, so I'm thinking about this stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I get shipped on an airplane, shackled wrist. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Everything shackled up, your ankles shackled up. And on the airplane, they fly me across the world and eventually take me to Yazoo, Mississippi. You know, I walk on the compound. I don't know nobody on this compound, 2,000 inmates on this compound, you know. So and the stuff that's going on. So, you know, my whole mind, you know, I ain't gonna lie to you, when I first got there, I was young, so I still look running around, smoking, doing the prison stuff, you know what I'm saying? Old school people
Right.
like, yo, so what you gonna do when you get home? So my mindset had to change. I had to start figuring out the things that I'm going to do and to keep myself. They were like, you don't like how they talking to you now. How do you think you're going to feel if you go home and you put yourself back in the system? You definitely ain't going to like it because you already knew better. You know better.
Right.
So you know better, do better.
Right.
All right. So,
Shameka,
Shameka.
let me ask Shameka,
Yeah.
Jules. I'm sorry.
Now go ahead.
Shameka,
That's what I'll do. Go ahead.
Shameka, what are some of the things that you're doing to help your friend while he's incarcerated?
We just basically, I always try to motivate him. I always try to, let him know that, he's been gone for 8 years. So I try to let him know that things are going to be different. Technology, all of that stuff has changed. But, like he said, it's a mind thing. You have to change your mindset. And just in the couple of years that I have known him, I have seen the growth in him just because he has something to look forward to. A lot of these guys are getting out, they don't have anything to look forward to. So that's why it's so easy for them to go right back into the system. So he's excited about getting out. He's focused. Like I said, I just try to continue to motivate him, and I check in with him every day, and and I ask him, and sometimes he does get anxiety about, because it is nervous, it does make him nervous that, okay, I'm about to come back into a world that is not the same, back in 2013 when I did get locked up, so, and like I told him, I said, just stay focused. You have to stay focused, and you have to have something to, like I said, look forward to. Because I mean, I've never been locked up, so I don't know, what I'm saying, what he's going to experience, but I'm going to try to, be there to support him every step of the way so that he does not return back, because this is his second bid in federal. So when you guys were talking about, going back in, and but he was so young, he still, when he got out the first time, he still didn't grasp it. But I think this time that, by him being older and in his 30s, he kind of, he's like, I got to get out here. I got to take care of my family. I ain't trying to come back in here. And so I just, like I said, I just try to support him and motivate him and just really try to, be that leg, that leg up for him.
Right. That support system. Like we keep saying, we got to have that support system, being that the ones that's on the inside, they like you said, being nervous and don't know what to expect when he come home. Like you said, you just met him and he don't know what to expect. You don't know.
Yeah. And that's what's so good about my team. Y'all hear me now?
You on?
Yeah, I think something was wrong with my mic. Y'all hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. I wish we had a support system like that for every young man that's in prison, so that he can know that he has somebody that is pulling for him, so he won't mess up while he's in there. Because a lot of guys mess up and get extra time or get their time extended.
Oh yeah.
So we have to have that support system.
We got somebody
right.
else.
And the thing is, I had to prove myself as well, because when you come from the street life, you don't trust people as easily. So it was kind of one of these things where I had to like really prove my loyalty and say, look, I'm not going to take your, because he was nervous with giving me his dream. This is something that he is zealous about. This is something that this business is his baby. So I had to get out here, and I tell you, he would have a little money, and he'll say, well, I'm gonna send you this money, but you go get that logo done, or you go get this done. And to prove my loyalty and to prove that I could, he could trust me, I would mail him the receipts. I would do everything to show and prove to him, because we had to learn to trust each other, with this. So a lot of people say that they support you in that system and they leave you hanging, because he's been through that.
Yeah, That's who we
That's
got
so true.
just came in. Tyson the Bob.
Hey, it seems like he's still cutting. He's still on the job, ain't
He muted. Let me see if we can unmute him. Tyson.
Yes, what's going on,
Hey,
AD?
hey, man, welcome to the show, man. You on with Incarceration to Incorporation. I got a few other guests on. We just talking about the transition back into society, coming from the prison pathway. So I brought you on the show, man, to give your story, to tell everybody what it is that that you went through with the
Oh, well, can you hear me?
Yes,
Can you
sir.
hear
We
me?
here.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, AD? What's up, man? Hey, okay, can you hear
Yeah,
me?
we hear you.
Hey, everybody,
Yes.
y'all hear me?
Okay, I'm brief because I'm brief because I'm still
Somebody
cutting. I
having
think I'm gonna be here about 9
somebody
o'clock
having a
tonight.
connection problem somewhere.
Can you hear me?
I hear you good.
Okay, and what was the question that you asked?
AB. He just wanted to know what your story and what you're doing, who you are, where you at, and just tell the audience your briefly your story.
Well, I've been in and out a couple times. Military prison. I thought my first bid. I thought by moving somewhere else or doing something else,
And
it
we
would
having
help keep me
technical
out of
difficulties.
prison. Can you hear me?
Hey, George, you muted? Am I muted? Everybody on?
Yeah, I hear you.
No, we hear him. We hear him good, AB.
Okay,
Oh,
so you want me
okay.
to continue talking?
Okay.
Yes,
I must
sir.
have been off there.
For me, I was thinking, just by moving myself from this area or situation or whatever, that it'll be all right. But only, in my mind, it wasn't right. So basically, the only thing I did was move from Wilson to Georgia, even went to the military, but I still had the same mentality, and it just sent me to prison away from North Carolina. So, because like I said, my think pattern was it hadn't changed. Everything was still the same. Only thing changed was my location. So then after I went to the military, did some shooting, did time at Fort Leavenworth. That's why I got my barber license at Fort Leavenworth. I've been cutting for 30 years, but still that didn't stop there, because when I got out of Leavenworth, I still had that little slick mentality and stuff, and thinking I could get by. I'm slicker than the system, and it proved me wrong again. So after a couple of more stints in the penitentiary, I had to make up in my mind, for one, because I got a wife that rolled with me. We've been together like 30 some years. We've been married for like 22 years, and my high school sweetheart. So this time here, I had to single out and find something that wanted to make me stay out. And just one thing. Only thing I tell guys to focus on one thing. Now, if you find more, that's better. But focus on one thing. And for me, coming home and hearing them little kids saying "Papa," that's good enough for me. My grandkids. I got 4 grandkids that I said I don't want to leave no more. And that keeps me good. That keeps me going. That's my driving force right there. And then I like
What part of Atlanta?
I like being free.
What part of Georgia you in?
So
What part of Georgia are you in?
I was stationed at Fort Stewart, Georgia, and I shot my first sergeant. So then they shipped me off to Fort Leavenworth.
Okay. So I'm saying, where are you at now?
Oh, I'm in Wilson, North Carolina, wide awake.
Oh, okay. Wide awake to be?
Yeah. So that's the Wide Awake is my hometown. So I'm back here. And I put my license back to use. I had to go back and get recertified, and they gave me a hassle, but I stuck with it, got my license. So that's what I'm doing now, back in the shop.
Yes, sir. Anything to stay out of that.
Yeah. And then that last bid, man, I'm used to calling guys, old school, pop, up. And And that last bid, I'm sitting at the table playing chess, and the guy was like, you know, old school, pop. And I'm looking around because I was like, he can't be talking to me. And then it dawned on me, he was talking to me. Peace. All right, so I was like, yeah, it's really time to start staying out of prison now.
Okay.
You got too old. You got too old.
I got too old. Exactly right.
Shameka, when is your friend coming home? What's his name again?
His name is Raymond. They call him Rico.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Huh?
Hey, AB, hey.
Yeah.
T.
Boom, call me when you leave.
Hey, AB.
Okay.
Excuse me. Hey, AB.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
to get this cut. Hey, can I let Trevor tell his story?
Hey, man. Hey, bring him on, man. Let him know what it's about. You know what I'm saying? And tell his story.
All right.
We're gonna,
It's
Shameka,
AB.
go ahead. Shameka, go ahead with what you were saying.
In a group conversation, and I got to get back to cut. People
Okay.
who get in the prison, got out, doing something positive, telling what it is, you know what I'm saying? So forth and so forth. You know, when
Okay,
they
hold
call
on
you,
one second, Tyson. I mean,
Yeah,
what's
Tyson,
the name?
yeah, hold on for a second. So mute his mic so Shameka can go ahead.
All right, Shameka.
His name is Raymond Owens. He likes to go by Rico. What was the question again? I'm so sorry.
I said, when does he get out and you know, what's his date?
Well, he doesn't get his date until December, but we're looking at 8 to 10 months.
Okay. And so you just holding it down until he gets there.
Yeah, until he gets here. Well, we actually kind of put the business on hold because I got him as far as I can get him because I'm working my own business. So when he comes home, he's just gonna pick right on up and just keep on going.
He gonna start running from there. As soon as he touch the concrete, he running.
And he's coming to Wilson too?
He running everything.
No, Shameka, he's in Raleigh.
Everything is already ready made from him. Yes, Raleigh.
Okay. All right. So what's the brother name at the bottom?
You still got it. You got his mic muted?
No, he on now.
Oh, okay.
What's up? You hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. Hey, you on with
What's up?
Incarceration to Incorporation, man. We just telling everybody about the transitioning back into society, coming from the prison pathway. So you know you got a story to tell about.
What the? Hold on. Yeah, man. It's T, man. Wilson, represent Wilson, baby.
Hey T, oh, that's T. What's going on, man?
That's AB right there.
Yeah, man.
What's up, my brother? How you?
Hey man, I'm good. I started this company, man, Incarceration to Incorporation. And what it is that I specialize in helping those that came home from prison or about to come home, help them transition back into society, whether it's through entrepreneurship programs or just programs to help you do stuff positive out in the community. You know, and I got my co-host up here, Julius Hall. He's the founder and the CEO of All Things Relevant Media, which is responsible for having this platform. So I know you just coming home from a long bid, man, and I just want to let everybody know your story, man, and how you transitioning back into society and all the support team that you had to help you along the way.
True indeed. Yeah, man. So as you know, I'm down here again, man. I jumped right into the chat, man. So anyway, you know, I came home in June the 4th of this year. After a long
You came home
June the 4th.
Okay.
How much time did you do, T?
Oh man, 15 years, man.
Okay. Well, we want you to stay out, man. So you need to stay with Tyson, cut as much as you can, get whatever hustle you got to get. And you know, AB right there with you. So you got somebody to lean on right there. You ain't been on but 3 months.
That's true.
We need to make sure 4 months. We need to make sure you don't never go back that way.
That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. But you know, I'm blessed, man. What can I say, man? I was blessed to be able to come home, man, to a good support team, man. You know, what little family I do have. But
Like I said, man, I'm just lucky to come home to a good support team, man. You know, being in so long, I see brothers, man. You know, and it's, I hate to say it, but you know, a lot of them guys, man, ain't even got an address to come home to. You know what I'm saying? So just to be able
Right,
to come home, man, to a strong support system, that's just a blessing in itself right there alone, bro. So,
right.
Yeah.
you know, what can
And,
I say, man?
and part of what we're going to try to do with this platform that we have is to make sure we're all over the country, not just here in Savannah, not just in Raleigh, not just in Wilson, not just in Charlotte or Atlanta. All over the country, we have kids that are killing each other every
True.
day. They ain't putting these up no more.
No.
They shooting,
That's
you know.
right.
So we have to get to a point where we have some type of system in place or something where we can reach these kids because we got to be able to save them from where we've been, you know. And part of that is what we'll be building on in the next few months and years to see how we can have mentoring organizations, how we can have the young kids come and be interns in the things that we're doing. So that's part of the whole system of saving our youth also.
That's a fact.
Right.
That's a fact,
Hey,
bro.
Shamika, you want to plug in?
That's
I know
wonderful.
I've seen the pictures and stuff, videos on Facebook of your new spot. I know I see that's going on. How that coming out for you?
Oh, it's a lot of work. We finally put up the drywalls. I'm opening up a spot in Cary. So, but you know, of course, with zoning and permits and all of that stuff, I won't be open probably until the first of the year. But I don't care. I'm opening. I'm excited. I mean, it's been a long thing. This is my dream. This is something that I always want to do. I'm still like pinching myself, like, is this real? Am I really, walking into this year? So,
That's
yes.
what's up. That's what's up. Hey T, I know you just coming home, and a lot of brothers reached out to you. I know some want to help you, some want to help you, but help you in the wrong way. Cause I know when I came home, a lot of people was trying to throw me this, throw me that. I mean, I
Yeah.
was going, I had that 10-year bid, man, and I met a lot of brothers in prison that gave me the game. So when I came home, to stay away from that riffraff, stay away from the ones that mean you no good. You know what I'm saying?
True.
But how do you differentiate the ones that you was friends with, but then when you come home, they your friends, but they ain't no longer your friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you, man. Well, let me see, man. Coming home,
Hey,
man,
give it
reintegrating
the
yourself back
real,
into
man. Give
society.
it the real, man. Give it the real. Say it what it is, man. It is what it is.
Yeah, man, because from the outside looking in, man, you kind of get a different picture. But being on the inside, coming home, man, you got to change your mindset, man. You got to change your way of thinking, bro.
Bingo.
A lot of guys, man, that you was friends with before, you know, and it's nothing personal. It's just you just doing something different now, man. They doing them, you got to do you. So
You got to do you. Right.
you got to know how to separate one from the other, bro. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like I said, it's nothing personal, man. It's just, you've been blessed with this second chance, man. So who in their right mind want to blow that? You know what I mean? Especially after
Right.
doing that long stretch. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's one of the things
So
we was talking about earlier. Like, if you go through that process of being in the prison system and you come
excuse me.
home, why in the hell would you want to go back to that lifestyle?
Man, it's nonsense, man. It's called insanity, bro. They say doing something over and over, expecting different results. They call that insanity, man. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
I'm just on a path right now where I ain't taking nothing for granted, man. I'm trying to seize all my opportunities, bro. You know what I'm saying? And like I
Hey, take
said,
advantage.
I just was blessed, man, to be able to come home, man, with a good support system, bro. Right now, you know, I ain't been home but a couple months, man, but you know, I prepared myself for this. I prepared myself for this moment, man, all them years, man. I hit the ground running, bro. Right now, you know, I'm working 2 jobs, man. You know what I'm saying? So
And that's what you got to do to stay out of there. You know, to stay home and to support your family. Those people that for those 15 years that you did, that you were calling home, they're asking them for money. Now it's time for you to take care of them.
hey, baby, what's up?
You know, and that's what we got to do.
Absolutely.
You know, you got a comment up here. During your incarceration, did you find that many of the inmates failed to complete high school or struggle with reading comprehension or encountered other learning disabilities? Well, it was a lot of guys that the classes for getting your diploma stayed full. Those classes stayed full. And you know, we used to encourage the guys to make sure you get your diploma because nobody wants to hire you once you get out unless you got a high school diploma. So you needed to get it. But that was a problem in there. And then they got all kinds of things for you. They got typing, computer skills. They got HVAC, where you can get your air conditioning and heating license, plumbing. They got everything in there that you can learn and get your certification for that are real certifications.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, man. And I'm sorry.
In a prison, so they do have a lot of programs. Oh no, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. So anyway, in my particular situation, I just wanted to chime in. You know, I was able to get my commercial driver license, man. A lot of people don't know that. You know, they offer those programs in prison, man. So when I came home, guys was like, yo, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Whatever. I said, yeah, man. So I got my Class A license, man. I'm trying to, you know, hit the road. When you get, so you saying what you saying? You about to go get them? I said, nah, I got them, man. You know, they offer that course inside prison, man. So that was a blessing, bro. And it's just only the beginning for me right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. A lot of things they offer you because they got schools in those. I was out in Long Park, California for 3 years, 2.5 years. And they got a barber college out here. Barber college. You know, barber school. It's a barber college. I'm talking about like 20 chairs, and you get your state certification once you finish that course. You know,
that's right.
So
That's awesome.
You just got to be willing to learn. What you saying, Shameka?
Yes, I did. I didn't mention this before, but I did work in a prison. I did it for maybe 3 years. I didn't like the job, but because I saw so much in there, it's a lot that go on in prison. And it's not a place where I feel like a young lady should be. And I was in my early 20s when I was working in there, but I did used to supervise a lot of the programs. And there are, at the time that I was doing it, I felt like it wasn't a lot of rehabilitation that was going on in the prison. But just to hear they're offering CDL classes and a whole barber college, that's wonderful, because when I was working in the system, they didn't have a lot for the guys. They only had the basic stuff, such as, you know, getting their high school diploma. And to me, when you get out here, a high school diploma is not enough.
Right.
It's not enough. Right. I mean, we encourage people to get it. We encourage the guys to get it so they can have the basic knowledge that they need, but that's not enough, because, you know, just regular people who have never been in the system can't, you know, really get a good job with just a high school diploma. So we encourage, you know, the inmates and people who are incarcerated, we encourage them to take their education further. If they have real estate, if they have CDLs, if they have all those things, get that. So when you get out here, you have something to stand on.
Absolutely.
True indeed.
Absolutely. So, you know, I tell everybody every week, AB, he goes to a job every day, and he come home and he goes straight to his business. Then at night,
I don't go home. I don't go home until
when he leaves the job, he goes to his business.
You see, look, you see this measuring tape, don't you?
Yeah. He got his own business, and then he on the radio. He's on a radio show, Wide Awake to Beat. What times are you on the Wide Awake to Beat?
Hey, Wide Awake to Beat, man, that's an all day radio station. The podcast right now is I mean, we had to change servers. We had to change servers, but you can still go to the Facebook page and link on to the Facebook page and be able to chime in on what's going on in and around the city, in and around the state of North Carolina. You know, so Wide Awake to Beat, we started that maybe 3 years ago. It's doing pretty good, you know what I mean? But you know, I got the other podcasts that's going on. I just started the Carolina Heat podcast where I interview North Carolina artists, North Carolina comedians, and if you're in the middle school, high school, or on the collegiate level, I bring you in and interview you. If you hot in the city or in the state of North Carolina, I bring you on the podcast. It's called Carolina Heat Podcast. That's on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast. So I'm working, man. On top of that, from 7 to 4, man, I got the landscaping gig. So you know, I got 12 contracts I'm doing that, man. And I come here. After that, I come here from 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock, and I'm heat pressing. I'm pressing up shirt. I'm on the sewing machine. I'm sewing up patches. Man, I'm doing it all, man. I ain't going back to prison, man.
I like it, man.
That's right.
I'm feeling it,
That's
man.
right. I love that. I love it. I love it.
I'm feeling
working.
it, man.
Hey, look, every time I post something, I say, leave me alone. I'm working.
Sleeping in it.
I'm feeling that, man.
And we got a few minutes left on the show. So if it's anything, hey George, you want to plug the sponsors right now, or you want to wait?
We want to thank our sponsors for the night. Charles, you want to throw them up there? They're the Right Angle Helmet. You can be reached at apextriumph.com. You'll see it soon coming all over the world. The Right Angle Helmet. Y'all need to go on, look at it, see whether you want to invest into it while it's still open to be invested in. The Right Angle Helmet, apextriumph.com. And then our other sponsor is the Omen Timepieces. They can be seen and reached at finewatchesandart.com. Finewatchesandart.com. Go on there, look at the watch, the nice jewelry and sunglasses and bracelets. You can get combinations of the pieces, and you can also become a direct distributor. So we're giving you opportunities. You know, we were talking today. There's so many opportunities out there now, but you have to take advantage of them and want to do something to create wealth for yourself. You don't have to work for somebody all your life. And that's part of what we're going to be teaching and trying to motivate guys coming home to do. You want to work for yourself if you can. Everybody can. Some people got to go to work because they don't have that motivation, that passion, or that determination. So we here at Incarceration to Incorporation, ABNI, we want to be able to put people in place to succeed, to be successful, and not be a part of the recidivism rate.
Right. All right, Shameka, you want to? You got any closing words, Shameka? You want to close out with some words of encouragement to those that might be tuning in to the show, that just give up some encouraging words.
Just like Mr. Julius Hall was saying, just go out here, and if there's anything that you want to do, just do it. You know what I'm saying? Do your research. I always tell people to research, find out what you want to do, and do your work, your craft. You know what I'm saying? Like, just do it. And everybody isn't cut out to be entrepreneurs. However, if you're not motivated or whatever, go out here and find something that you want to do, and just do it. Don't talk about it too long. Just do it.
Right.
That's all I have to say. I'm an executor. I'm the type of person. I don't like to talk a lot. I'm a doer. I'm a hands-on. I just go and do it. I don't have time. We'll talk about it one time, then let's just go do it.
And one of the things we want y'all to do, Shameka, is and my brother down at the bottom, and you and Tyson, is once you learn about this platform, we want y'all to tell everybody about it, because everybody, it's not just for anybody that's been to prison. Because believe me, if you're black, 9 times out of 10, you have somebody that's affected by the penal system in this country. If you're African American.
Absolutely.
And that's 9 times out of 10. Don't tell me you ain't got a cousin, little Pookie that's in there, big Pookie, Nene or Day. Somebody's in there, your cousin. So, what we're trying to do is make sure that we don't have little Jamal going and little Jabri going back in there. And so tell everybody about this program, because what we want to do is motivate these kids. We want to be able to reach somebody before they think about going back in. Maybe they'll call us. Maybe they'll call us and get some information from us where we can help them. So share this program. Tell everybody about it. We're here every Friday at 6 o'clock for 1 hour. You can reach out to me and AB on our Facebook pages or through Incarceration to Incorporation. We're here to help in any way that we can. And so, maybe we can stop that person from going to rob their store, shooting at, and being in a gang and shooting each other. And that's what we're here for,
All right. T, you want in the closing words you want to close out with? Let everybody know what it is, what you got next.
Hey, man, I'm working, man. Like I said, I hit the ground running, bro. I get off of one job, man, and come right into this next one, man. And, I'm grinding, man. So, like I said, I was preparing myself for this, man. While I was incarcerated, I had a plan. Lord willing, I'm going to stick to my script, man. And, I think anything you want to do, man, you can do it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like what brother said, staying positive, man, staying motivated, bro. You know what I mean?
That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. Hey, I appreciate y'all coming on, Shameka. I appreciate you coming on, and blessings to you on that shop. I hope you get that shop up and running. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me and Charles, we're gonna come up. We're gonna come there. It's in Cary, North Carolina. We coming for you giving massages and everything else there? Just what? Facial.
I do facials, body contouring, skincare. I also do the beard scrubs for the men. So
okay, well, beard scrubs. Charles got a beard. So we'll see whether we I don't know what you'll be able to provide to me. Probably y'all get foot scrubs. We'll be able to do something. We coming that way. We got some friends up there.
Yeah. I can take care of that face. You got good skin. I'll take care of you.
Okay. All right. So
we're gonna close out, man. We're gonna close out. I thank each and every one of y'all for tuning in, man. And hey T, I'm gonna talk to you, man, because I'm gonna probably bring you back on another show so you can do an hour. And we're gonna talk some more about what it is that you got going on and your transition, man. I know you got a lot of stuff you want to do with the kids. I know you got a game plan, so I'm gonna bring you back on another show. But again, I thank y'all for coming on, and make sure you share it. Tell all your friends to tune in. Go on over to the Incarceration to Incorporation Facebook page. Go over to All Things Relevant Media Facebook page. Tell everybody to share it. Because what we're trying to do, man, is something that's great, something that we came from, and we're trying to help those not to go back to where we came from. You know what I mean? So make sure all y'all tell your friends and family, man, to share it. So I appreciate y'all coming on. Anything you want to close out with, Hall? I know you want to close out.
That's about it. We got about 45 seconds. And we just want to make sure we're gonna have y'all back on, Tamika. But what we want y'all to do is always try to be on the where you're off to yourself, where you can be on a desktop or a laptop. You get better reception, and the phone will spin and go out because you lose your connection. But we're gonna try to get everybody to come back on the show, tell the progress, especially when your boyfriend come home. And we're gonna get it all the information out to everybody, and that's y'all will be the help that we need to get it all done. All right.
We closing out. All right.
All
I
right,
appreciate
thank you,
y'all coming
y'all.
on.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. Incarceration to Incorporation. We'll see y'all again next Friday.
AB, don't go off.